Law of success, failure. My friends, we are at the seventh turning point or temporary failure of Napoleon Hill's in his work. He says, it took me all 7 of these experiences before I put them all together and learned this principle that I was not doing that work with which I was put on this earth to do. He said that had something to do with what people would call failure, but I learned was temporary defeat. He said, I sat down on November 11th of 1918, which was Armistice Day, the end of the First World War, and he said a flood of thoughts came to my mind and I wrote them down, detailing out all of these experiences. And he says that essay that I wrote began the work for which I would receive numerous money offerings and really the work of the rest of his life. But he says it all started at my very first turning point back when I was just a lad over 20 years previous, when he said I went to work in a coal mine in West Virginia. He says I went to work for $1 a day. And he says, but I learned something there because as soon as I went to work, he says they were talking about a strike. And he says the gentleman that got up to speak said this. He says, boys, we can go on strike and probably force this owner to make more money, give us more money. He said, or we can go to him and make an offer that we will work twice as hard in the next 30 days if he will be willing to split the profits with us. He says, I believe we will make more money by doing more than we are paid to do than by going on strike. If you haven't noticed, my friends, in this course, that is one of Napoleon Hill's character traits that he has based his life upon. The habit of doing more than paid for. It has been mentioned in every single one of his experiences. And that began his life's work.